New banner is up, so let's talk a little bit about Root, one of the best tanks in the game, close to being the best probably, and if it's worth pulling for her or not. As usual, before we start, hello degenerates, welcome back to Waifus. I'm Sefhi, your favorite gambling addict, and today's topic is going to be Root, pull or skip, should you pull, whatever I called these videos, I always forget. But let's talk a little bit about her and where she is standing amongst the current tanks on the global server. So before we start, obviously leave a like, subscribe, help me grow the channel, and let's talk a little bit if it's worth building her or not. As usual with any banner on Trickcal, this applies to literally every banner but Eldians. If you're building a Vivacious team, pull a copy. If you're not building a Vivacious team, there is no reason for you to pull, but she's a really good character. A reason I would not pull for her is if you're looking for an 8 club character, something like Leeds, for example. Leeds is a good character and also has one of the best 8 club resources you can farm. But when it comes to Rude, not so much. Not so much if we go down here, and I'm trying to find her. There she is. She literally has sprinkles, rainbow nectars, and rice. If you're looking for cooking materials, you could be using her, and then the rainbow nectars can be used for some crafting, but that's about it. Like, she's not a really good character for that. But as a tank, she's pretty good. So let's talk about tanks in global. There is not a lot of tanks in global. The only one you guys cannot see right there is Bibi, right? When it comes to the current state of global, in my opinion, for tanks, there is a clear balance of who are the strongest ones and who are the weakest ones. And right now, to me, the weakest is Velvet by far, in contrast to like any other element. At least at the moment, she's the one that has the most issues surviving, regardless what type of a stage we're talking about. Obviously, if you're running a full team, you will be running her. But if you're running 4-2, barely any reasons to bring Velvet. I do like her. And then after Velvet, as much as I am a simp for green girls, after Velvet, probably Vivi and Komi are the next best tanks. They are in the middle standing. Vivi is really good. She self-sustains on her own. She gets her shield, she gets her heals, everything, right? She's pretty good. But the biggest problem with Vivi and with Komi as well, by the way, because Komi also has self-sustain and increases her own max HP, but she only sustains with the freshman rather than Vivi with the passive. But the biggest difference between Vivi and Komi and Rude and Chloe, and where I think they are better tanks overall, is that the more combat power deficit you push, or the bigger the gap becomes, the passive of damage reduction becomes too good. Like, it's a necessity almost that your tank or your front lines have damage reduction if you want them to survive at high combat power deficit. So again, we're not talking every single game mode out there. When we're talking about dimensional class, it changes. If we talk about PvP, it changes. But for campaign specifically and stages where there is a really big gap, these passives are really good. In fact, Chloe overall is the best tank in my opinion, but the passive is better actually on Root, because Root has reduces incoming physical damage, overall physical damage, and she also becomes invincible for 2 seconds on a 15-second cooldown duration, which you might be thinking is a lot, but it's not that much when you are playing at 3 times the speed, and her senior is 18 seconds as well. You can spam this skill. Every wave you will be able to use this a couple times, no problem, and this is knocking back the enemies, stunning them, while also recovering your own HP. While the ultimate for Chloe, it's a 50-second cooldown, which is long as fuck. And then her passive is incoming damage reduced from normal attacks rather than all physical or all magical. So it depends on what type of stage you are fighting, where Chloe or Rude will be better. But then, again, it doesn't really matter. Plenty of people are clearing everything with just a depressed team and Komi, or with a composed team and Velvet. I'm just speaking from the perspective of what tanks are the best ones at the moment. In my opinion, are Chloe and Rude. Don't tell anyone, okay? Don't tell anyone. Bibi is the best tank. It's my favorite. I will always shield for my green girls, but yeah, at the moment, if we're talking about pure meta, Rude and Chloe are a little bit above in terms of usability. I moved Rude up in the tier list. I put her at the same level as the other two. I might be moving Komi down when we get more characters. For now, I think it's fine to leave Komi where she is, but she will probably be going down at some point because she's not as versatile as the others. But the press teams are so good and so prevalent because it's harder to counter that she has still no problem staying there. So TLDR, like I was saying earlier, I would grab a copy 100% if you are building a Vivacious team. Her board is also pretty decent. She has a crit node, right there. And she also has an HP node, and HP nodes are really good, right? Really, really good. So both are really usable. If you're looking for good stats, she will have both of them. In terms of priority for her skills, in terms of equipment and everything else, just like any tank, increase the HP, increase the physical and the magical defense gear. You could even leave the physical defense one at +0 for now and only increase the magical defense one, since she already gets enough physical reduction from her passive, right? So up to you. If you want more combat power, you could be increasing others as well. When it comes to her skills, both her senior and her passive take priority, in my opinion, over her freshman. But again, you will be leveling up everything because this is more HP recovery at the end of the day, which for any frontline character, regardless of tank or DPS like Leeds, you will need, right? So you will level up everything. I am not taking her any further than 7. But if I were to take anything at the moment, it would be the passive, because it increases to 46% of damage reduction from 36% right now, which is not a lot. It's another 10% if you're going to max level, which for some people might not be enough of a reason, but between the combat power you are gaining and the extra 10%, when you are facing physical enemies, she's fucking indestructible at the moment. I will say the only disadvantage, not even disadvantage, the only downside right now for Vivacious is that there is not enough Vivacious characters. So if you want to be running a Vivacious team, just like Innocence, you are a little bit more limited because it's only these 4 characters, really, right? You have your Butter, you have your Momo, you have Ui, and you have Root. Anything else, it's more of a copium than anything else, because the other characters are not good. Kana, Rufo, etc. They are not great characters. You can build them, it's fine, but they're not that great. That's it, enough ranting. We will be live later doing Dimensional Clash. This one is Fire Week, so if you want to come by to the stream, say hello. Feel free to, links in the description down below. As usual, good luck with your pool iterates if you end up pulling for Root. Also remember there's a new code for this background, for this winter background. I'm pretty sure it's Winter Gift, the code. And as usual, good luck with your pool iterates, and I will see you on the next one.